Welcome to Networking Working, the podcast where real business stories meet meaningful connections. Brought to you by Business Matching UK, the UK's first business matching membership service with a business opportunity guarantee. Whether you're building something new, scaling something established, or just exploring smarter ways to move your business forward, you are in the right place.
Welcome back to Networking Working, the BMUK podcast. In this episode, we're joined by Simon Calderbank, creator of Big Nose, helping high performers stop managing the patterns holding them back and start replacing them at their neurological root. Welcome to Networking Working, Simon.
Thank you very much.
How did you first get involved with BMUK and what drew you to the community?
I've run networking events. Some people say I'm a networking whore, which I always find a bit weird. But I've always loved networking. And then this fella, who we all know, got in touch with me on LinkedIn, which is my favourite networking channel. And he just told me a really, really good story. And I just thought, okay, I like your story. And then he invited me to hear some more of his story with other people who he'd obviously told his story to. And that person was Paul Lawton. I've never met anyone quite like Paul. He's like an extension of me, but with the volume turned up about 10 times. He was the reason. That's what drew me. My lack of belief and faith in what was out there, and realizing that I also wanted to find a community that would support me, would be a lovely safety net, but did things differently and did things effectively. And he was piecing this jigsaw together of all the things that people like about connecting and removing all the aspects that people didn't like. And I just thought, well, he's singing the song that I like. And I just thought, well, why not? And I came along in, I think it was December. I really enjoyed it. I love the structure because I like structure, but it wasn't structured because it can't be if Paul's running it. It's bizarre. It's like a real contradiction, but that's what I loved. And I found myself falling for, and it's not his charm because he is charming, but he's not charming. I fell for his authenticity and the fact that he was determined to make it work. So I loved his grit. I loved his background. I loved how he was so open about some of the things he'd done, some of the things that hadn't worked. I loved his rawness. I just love the fact that he's a decent human being. So him, it was him. It was him all over. And also the quality of the people. You're drawn to a community by the person who runs it, but then you're drawn to the community by the people who are within it. And I've met some absolute crackers. It's as if Paul has a seventh sense, not a sixth sense, to be able to find people who he knows are going to get on with each other. He's got a really good ability to know what works and then just make it work. It doesn't just put people in the same room. It creates the right conditions for genuine, authentic, empathetic connection. I don't give my time easily, but when I do, I'm in full on, just like him. And I see a lot of me in him. He doesn't give up. If it doesn't work, he'll do it differently.
How do you see BMUK supporting your future growth?
Well, it has done. It's helped me to get to know people I perhaps wouldn't get the chance to get to know, be it online and people from Leeds and Newcastle, Birmingham and London. I ran a masterclass on the hidden neuroscience behind performing at the top of your game. 82 people in the room, people from Canada, America, the UK. And there was a lot of people who'd come via Paul Lawton, who'd come from the BMUK community. He didn't have to promote what I was doing, didn't have to shout about it, but he did. And so when Paul talked, people listened. So I got people who were part of that BMUK community who heard what he had to say and registered. That's brilliant because that's the power of the community. So that's supporting my current growth. There are people in there who I could see from the chat and the engagement that we're getting a lot from it. BMUK just doesn't give you a room to network it. It gives you a community who are predisposed to the type of community and type of conversations that I want to have. They're thirsty, just like I am. I want to know what you're doing and what they're doing. It's a room full of people that want to help each other because they've been hand-selected. They've not just gone, I'll have that, I'll do this. He almost qualifies people out. He does. The people that would bastardize it, would just rinse it for all the wrong reasons. So it's full of decent human beings is what I'm trying to say. And I think if I'm in a community full of decent human beings, that's only got to be a good thing, because I want to be around people who care. They might not need what I do because it might not be for them, but what they'll do is they'll support and find ways to help me, like I'll find ways to help them. There's that understanding and connection that this community is about listening and learning and sharing, and hopefully friendships. Even though they've got their own challenges, people make time and take time. And just one genuine connection can turn into a referral that turns into a client.
How does networking within BMUK differ from other networking experiences you've had?
I like the fact it's structured, but it's not structured. It's such an odd contradiction. It's very specific, but in the online versions, you have the breakout room, which I love. I'm there, writing things down quick. I've got a book. Every time I do a BMUK, new page opens and I write down all the questions because I know they're not just going, that'll do. They're well thought through, they're informed. And I always take down the answers that people gave. I like writing because I find it sticks. And I've got so much information and intel that people have shared. And when you meet them then face to face, you're all, oh my God, how's this going? Oh, you remembered. It's full of decent human beings. People are just authentic. Conversation seems to go deeper. Yeah, whether it's something they put in that North Manchester water in that coffee, or it's the homemade cookies that come in, I don't know. But I've met some really, really quality people, and I've had some real honest conversations with people in those Zoom rooms. I find Zoom is more powerful than the face-to-face. I think people are a lot more comfortable when they're in this space, and no one ever thought that. But when people are in their own environment, they will share a lot more than when they're in a room where other people might be listening. So yeah, I've loved the breakout rooms and the Zooms. I get lots from them. And as I've met some absolute amazing people, a couple of lunatics like me, but good lunatics, I think he's created something really special. And I think it's just about how does he maintain its steady growth and maintains its quality of connection, as in the people within it. That's the hardest part, because everyone's looking for that next big thing. And I think BMUK has the potential to be the next big thing.